Hey guys, welcome back to AlgoYogi. We are now doing array and hashing series. So let's go to our next problem, which is remove element. A really old and popular problem. Given an integer array called nums and an integer value, basically called val, remove all occurrences of val in the nums. In place, no extra memory. The order of the elements may be changed. It may be changed. Then return the number of elements in nums which are not equal to val. So the order of the elements may be changed, right? So that's what they're saying. But like we also have to place these elements that are not equal to val in front of the array. That is the exact ask of this problem. So they've tried to explain it. Consider the number of elements in nums which are not equal to val to be k. To get accepted, you need to do the following: change the array nums such that the first k elements. I have said the exact same thing, and then return that index until where these values that are not equal to val are present. So to understand it in more detail, let's change the view. So here we are given this nums array, then we are given this value. What we need to return is, first thing what we need to do is we need to modify this nums in place such that we remove all the occurrences of this, which is val, and in this case it's 3. So we need to get rid of these. You can move them around or you don't have to do anything, right? You can move them around or you don't have to do anything. But what we really need to do is we need to move these non-val elements to the beginning of the num. So this 2 will be moved here, 2. So this 2 will come here, this 2 will come here, and then in this remaining places, so it doesn't matter to me. We can leave the exact same values that we had here, right? We don't have to change these. So what I can do is I can just add these two exactly like how they were, right, in the nums. And so far what we have done is I am right here. This is the unique k or j, whatever. I'm right here, and this is what I will return. So I will return 2, which will be the actual size of our num after removing this. So what will really happen is if we are returning the size, then we will increment this k to this position because the index starts at 0. All right, so that is what we will be doing. Then it will be of time complexity, big of n, because worst case you don't have value, so we will go through all the nums, and space complexity is going to be big of 1 because you are doing everything in place. I hope you understand. This problem is like little lengthy, but it's really simple. And there are a lot of problems that look exactly like this. So what we are really going to do, let's even write the solution right here. So what we are really going to do is, if we talk about it step by step, I will have a variable called k. I'll call k, starts with 0, and for these values in my nums, so range len nums, right? What I'm going to do is, if this value is not equals to, or it's better to say in other way. So if this nums value, my current value at I position, is not equals to val, that means it's a good value, and I want to store it at my nums k, because I have declared k will be this value, nums I. So what we are doing, we're skipping any value that is actually equals to val, and then we can increment this k by 1 and then just return k, which will be the total number of value. I will write the exact code. This is the exact code that we will be writing, and it's perfect, because what you're really doing is you are only moving the values that are not equals to, which are not equals to this val in the front of your nums, and you don't care about what's happening, you know, once you get to the end of the nums array, and then you just basically return this k. You might keep shifting these, but like it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's the k that you return and all the shift that you have made in the beginning of the until k. So it's gonna be super simple. Let's just write it. All right, so I'm gonna create k 0. Oh, k is going to be 0, not 0. All right, so for I in range len nums, if nums at I is not equals to val, that means it's the value that I want to keep in my nums at k position. I will be coming from nums I, and then I will be incrementing the k by 1, and then finally I will just return k, which will be the total number of valid values in the beginning of the array in place, right? So let me zoom out, and I'm not gonna even run it. I'm just gonna directly submit it. I'm that confident. Hey boy, hey boy. It's a baby problem. So time complexity is going to be big of n, because you are going through all the values. Worst case, everything, not worst case, you're always going through everything. And then space complexity as asked by the problem is going to be big of 1 constant. Let's go back to AlgoYogi, mark this solved. See you guys later in the next problem. Bye bye. Kop kop kun.